Hey, what's up, guys? TB2. Listen, I'm sitting here chilling, doing some editing, doing some work here. We got a renovation going on down here in the recording office. So I'm working on that right now while doing some editing. I've been trying to get this interview out with Judy Lee Taylor. We had a great talk, great interview. The only problem is during our interviews, every device that she recorded on, was overheating. Everything was getting too hot in the hot Arkansas sun. And so she would get on a phone, she would get on a laptop, she would get on everything, and it would overheat and it would shut down until we'd have to get back into stuff. And so for weeks, I've been trying to edit and recover things and different sounds that got deleted and didn't sync up. And so having to move things over and it's been a Frankenstein's monster, but I had to get this out. I've been working on it for a while, sitting here chilling in the Mike Anthony hoodie. Shout out Mike Anthony. Funny story about the hoodie. I asked Mike, I said, Mike, how do I get one of those hoodies? He came out and he won the Memphis Heritage title in this hoodie he was wearing was his entrance. It was sick. I was like, man, how do I get that hoodie? He said, man, it was custom for me. I said, oh, it's a 101. Mike actually made me one, so I guess it's a 1-2. But yeah, it's the cool. I'm gonna be rocking this all the time. You go see TB2 in the Mike Anthony hoodie all the time. I'm telling you. But anyway, check out Judy Lee Taylor. This is a great interview. We had a great conversation. Find out she's actually not a terrorist. You'll have to hear about that. And she talks about stories of people shitting themselves in the ring. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, over to the past version of me and TB2 and our wonderful conversation with a professional wrestler, superstar. She's sweet by name, but she's mean by nature. She's a beast. She's a powerhouse. Judy Lee Taylor is a beast. And I hope you enjoy the conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, Judy Lee Taylor. TB2, we are back again with another exclusive interview. We have the first female guest that we've had on TB2. No pressure at all. But everybody's going to be watching this one exclusively just for you. So just know that going forward, before we get into anything. She's wrestled for, RCCW. She's wrestled for OVW, TWE, Spartan Pro, NWA, SSW, which is the Southern States Wrestling. She's recently the women's champion. I don't know if you're still the women's champion. I know you defended it here recently. A queen in Memphis wrestling. She's dominating people over there. Even though, this last show we went to, my father was a little disappointed with her showing. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the Burr, B-U-R-R-R, and the boss, B-O-double-dollar-sign. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Lee Taylor. How's it going, Judy?
Welcome.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Sweet Judy Lee Taylor.
Sweet. You ruthless in the ring. I'm dead. You say sweet.
Yeah, sweet by name, but not by nature, y'all.
Sweet by name, not by nature. Judy Lee Taylor in the building. TB2 pod.
So we'll go ahead and we'll get it started. You're from Huntsville, Alabama. Claim Huntsville. You're an Army brat, correct? You've traveled a lot.
Correct.
Where was the best place that you traveled to? You lived at?
I'm blagging on my end.
She cut off, I think.
Okay, here we go. I'm back. All right. So where is the best place my dad was stationed in?
Yeah. The place that you enjoyed that I guess that he was stationed, or that you guys lived.
Okay. So first place, it was California, called Fort Irwin. It was in middle of Death Valley. I think it was like 5, 6, 7, and it was awesome growing up as a kid because parents could just let the kids out early in the morning and we don't get back till late at night, and the weather was awesome, and I could really just you could just be a kid, like playing around outside in the desert. we had like forts and played like street hockey. Like that was the most fun time as a kid. And then second was when I lived in England in Salisbury. It's right next to Stonehenge. And that's when like
Wow.
most of my time I was homeschooled up till that point. My grandparents was like, all right, this is y'all's opportunity. We're gonna let you go to school in England. So that's where I got to learn a bunch of languages, travel everywhere. Because when you live in England, like you can visit so many countries,
Right.
and for just affordable. Like everybody, you don't like. It's just what people do. Like going to France is a normal vacation. It's like going to the beach here. Like anybody can afford it, and they put so much. They like it doesn't matter how much you make in their mind. Like you have to travel.
Yeah.
You have to see the world. You have to be, and it's just a different mindset over there. Like coming here, a lot of people don't venture outside their own state, and it's just it changes the way you think because you meet so many different cultures, and even like you're 4 or 5 years old, you're starting to learn French and Latin. Like it's just a totally different thing, and it was an amazing experience. And that's where I studied French. I have French heritage, so that's where I first learned French. And then I eventually, when we moved to Alabama, I got a degree in French and international trade. And yeah, that's really kind of where I started with more adventurous lifestyle. Just when we lived there, we went to Switzerland, Belgium,
Oh.
Scotland, Ireland, just
Oh.
traveled everywhere. So I'm very blessed. And of course, this 4th of July weekend, we celebrate people that did service for our country. And thankfully to my dad, that's why I got to get all these opportunities.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. And so both me and Boss were stationed in Japan. We're going to get into that just a little bit later, but we were stationed in Japan, so knowing the whole different culture and the way that people look at things differently, definitely applies in that situation as well. So
Yeah, that is a bucket list.
Judy,
I would love to do that.
it's wild to me, Judy Lee, that you still got a Southern accent. You well traveled. You've been to France. You
Well,
fluent in
it's
French, I would assume.
yeah,
You know.
it is funny. I'm one of 4 girls and the oldest, so even when we lived there, I still kept it. They're like my
Yeah,
youngest
that's funny.
sister, she got the accent, like English accent, because she was such a baby. So when we came back to the States, it was like everybody was like wanted to let her talk because they were just fascinated by that.
that's
And
funny.
yeah.
That's awesome. Now growing up, you've probably done different sports in school, but I found out that you were actually part of the rowing team.
Yes. Yep. I
Tell me
started
about
that in
that.
high school.
Elite.
Yes. So it was a club sport in high school, and they were recruiting folks, and and states, we traveled so much I couldn't I would start clubs and stuff, but people were so advanced when I went to high school. Like they've been doing, I mean, I love softball, but people doing softball since they were like 5, and I only done like 2 years. So I couldn't compete with that. And they had a coach come recruit folks, and they're like, well, you don't need any experience. It's hard work and you have to be athletic. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I joined the Rocket City Rowing Club, and it was extremely tough, but you work in a team you can do a 2-man, 4-man, or 8-man boat. And the training was grueling. Like we would go out to this um boat launch area, and we would train with concrete blocks, like lifting them up, doing burpees, and all training and running, because it's like 2,000-meter or 5,000-meter races. And I just fell in love with that. Um, I end up being like the first one in the boat keeping stroke rating, and fell in love with it so much I kept doing it through college. And yeah, it's awesome because you all got to be in sync. You all have to be relatively the same athletic ability. So if one person is slower or weaker, then you pay for it. So it was a great team building thing, and I encourage everybody to at least try a sport, and that was one of my favorite sports to do. Um, yeah, so we got to travel a lot with that too. One of my favorite races was in Augusta, Georgia, on Lake Lanier. So that was the Olympic course. So that was awesome.
That's cool. That's really
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, did that get you? I know it's not the same, but like nowadays, do you like kayak, canoe, stuff like that on the weekend? Go camping and take like a canoe trip or you know something like that.
No, I wish I had time, but yeah, if I get a chance, I love kayaking. But yeah, like with wrestling, it is everything. So just I mean, I used to go to concerts all the time. Like if I'm every weekend I'm working. Tomorrow I'm in White White Whitefield? Whitefield, Kentucky, I think. I know I'm in Kentucky tomorrow. I don't know which place.
Somewhere in that
But I'm doing a
state.
fair tomorrow. Yeah,
Mm.
somewhere in Kentucky. I love working in Kentucky. It's we were talking about earlier the heat there, and it's not the temperature, it's the heat of the
Yeah.
people there. They get into it. If they get into it. It is old school heat. Like I had a lady in West Virginia get out of her seat and come just jaw jack me, like just mad. I'm like, good grief, we're gonna have to get out of here.
Oh man. Well then. Looking forward to that. That's that let's go
Yeah.
ahead and shift into the background of getting started in wrestling. You've told the story probably hundreds of times. Your husband took you to WrestleMania, introduced you kind of to the sport. You got to help out at a StarCast event, meet some people and everybody. Actually, I thought it was kind of funny. I heard you tell the story, and it brought me back to the first time we had talked because we met at Memphis Wrestling, and the
Yeah.
first thing you asked me was, "Hey, are you a worker? Do you wrestle?"
Yeah.
And so hearing you say that you worked at StarCast and having people that asked if you wrestled, it kind of made me like, maybe I'm going to be the next Judy Lee. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really
Yes, sir. The next
it's
sweet,
just
sweet burn.
Um, so work.
yeah, it's just that one little spark that starts it all. Like I never thought about it. And yeah, there was just an opportunity to do that in Alabama. Now I was able to I was trained. I was able to get into the ring and do stuff. And thankfully I didn't break my neck.
Mm.
And we had some kids from Dr. Tom's school come work for Rocket City, and they're like, "Oh, you should do this school because he's they're slowing down. He's fixing to like stop doing it, so you should really do it." I'm like, "Oh man, maybe this is it. Maybe I mean, I could see myself doing this as a career." So I was like, "You know what?" I had just got a divorce, and I was like, "You know what? There's nothing tying me here," so I moved temporarily to Knoxville and went to Dr. Tom's school in La Follette, Tennessee, in the heat of the summer, training with no
Woo!
air conditioning
Mm.
for 12 weeks.
Oh man.
And it reminded me a lot of when I rode in high school and college because it's like there's no air conditioning. You're out there racing in heat for, I mean, intensely for
Right.
5,000 meters at most. And I was like, this everything I've done in the past has led me to this point. That's what I've realizing. Like every little choice I made and experience has prepared me to be a wrestler. Um, and because it was, I mean, real training isn't easy, and it's for a purpose because it takes everything to be a wrestler, and they want to weed out people like that's. I mean, if you ever listen to Bo James' podcast, he doesn't like training schools, but some he'll say, okay, well, Dr. Tom's school, that's a legit school. Most of them are out there to get your money. They don't want you to succeed. But Dr. Tom saw something in me, and yeah, and look where look where I'm at now. So yeah, the purpose of training schools is
Yeah.
to get money out of you, and I like to test how strong you are, like physically, mentally, and emotionally. Yeah, so because
Yeah.
it's even
I
harder
think
to
I
be a
think all
wrestler.
wrestlers should go to wrestling school.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think all wrestlers should go to some kind of training. I think all wrestlers should go to some kind of training. Even
Um,
with the athletic backgrounds that most of y'all have, I think that it's, you got to learn to take some bumps and stuff.
yeah, I mean, your training could be a school, or you could just find a good mentor that can guide you in the ring. That's how it used to be.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the real training is in the ring. Like you can practice and do everything, and you still won't be ready to have a match. Yeah, it's way different. And like when I graduated, Dr. Tom is best friends with my husband, but he's the one like, all right, this is just the foundation of like how to do things, not really teaching you how to work.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
when everything changed.
I feel like you get more of that with actually just reps.
Yeah, having matches, yes. Having good matches,
Yeah.
like yeah, there's so many like promotions around here. They teach you bad habits and it's moves, and they think just all the work is in the ring when they realize like in reality it's like the ring work is just like tiny bit of it. The business side is everything. Like the travel, managing your money, and probably the most important thing is being able to read people and network with people, because it's all about people. It's who you work for, who you work with, and who's paying to see you. Like if you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
draw money, then what's the point? Like you're not making anybody's
Right.
it's a career. And I think a lot of people forget it's not a hobby. It shouldn't be a hobby. Like it's a career. So you to keep going, you got to be making money either in the ring or doing production or, merchandise, sales, everything.
And that's kind of fun. You kind of read the script that I had, the questions that I had, because my next question I was going to go into is you got trained by Dr. Tom, but who taught you the business side of it? The in-ring stuff is way different than the business side.
Oh yeah, Bo James for sure.
Yeah.
Like he's taught so many people how to work. Most notable people was Steve Carino. He taught how to work. Kid Cash. He was in WWE. So it's just, and he's got kids now that are Marty Clay is one guy that he was in an extra for John Cena's last match. So you'll see his face every now and then on WWE. Had one of his kids, Murphy Costigan, trained Jelly Roll.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I seen where he had started SSW back in '91 at the age of like 15 or 16. How does somebody that young start a
Yes.
wrestling promotion? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Right.
So his mom worked for Walmart doing like PR and promotions, and somehow she got linked up with some wrestlers at like an opening of a Walmart and had them come do signings and it just exploded. So she she really like started the promoting side, and yeah, he was like, okay, like he was reffing for a little bit, and then he decided, I want to promote it myself as him and his mom, and two, like his cousin wrestled, and he was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I mean, when he was like 8 or something, he told his teacher, that's what I want to be, a wrestler, and everybody laughed at him. And he's like, all right, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is unreal. Like, because we expanded the promotion to Alabama, and now I'm seeing how hard it is. I'm like, how did a 15-year-old do this? Like he got a ring, he got a building, he got the wrestlers, and he was a 15-year-old telling these wrestlers, okay, this is what I want and this is what you'll do. And just having that confidence to,
Yeah.
like, you just don't see that as a kid telling
Right.
like this 30, 40 something year old wrestler, like a legend, like, hey, and not be intimidated by it. Like, I'm paying you to do this job. And
Yep.
yeah, it's just another thing. It is a job. And if you treat it like that, then that you're already ahead of most people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Yeah,
That
that's crazy to me. That's crazy, and still going strong. You guys moved, and as again, it's like you're looking at my paper. You're through the camera, talking about moving to Alabama. You guys got TV on the CW now. How hectic
Yes,
is that all
yes.
been?
I mean, and I tell you, wrestling is everything. It is everything. Like answering emails with production over there at 2:30 in the morning to getting TV, because we do it every Saturday night at 9:30. We have a TV show, so we have to, the 2 weeks prior. I mean, we'll film like 4 or 5 episodes, but still, like, Bo will edit it into the show. Then I produce it more, like adding, like balancing the noise and the sound and captions, and then communicating with the production team over at the Channel 19. And if there's any issues, like, it's being available to solve every problem. Like like every day is a new day, like another problem to solve. And yeah, it is crazy. It was in the beginning. It was hectic because they hadn't had a wrestling show, so they're thinking, oh, we're using this show to have a show. They didn't realize we have TV to promote the events, the live events, and just getting them to understand that was a hurdle. Um, Thankfully, one of the senior production ladies was like, "Yes, I like." She had watched wrestling, and she understood it better than the younger staff. They're like, "No, this, like, I'll take over. This is not what they're trying to tell you. This is what they want." And we have like commercials every day during NXT too. So that's surreal. Um, yeah, it is, and like just deadlines that you can't be a dummy in this industry. Like, just it changes so fast. You got to be tech savvy, and if you don't know it, you got to look it up. Like, I've learned so much in video editing. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
2 months. It is unreal.
yeah. It's crazy. You
mhm.
get kind of thrown in the deep end there at some of that stuff, and you're like, "Well, I got to figure it out." You're like, "Oh, this is neat. I didn't know I could do that. That's useful."
Yeah. I'm like, "God, yes, I have a huge respect for anybody that does editing, because for a broadcasted TV show, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we're doing TV, but if you're doing broadcast, the the video you give them has to be a certain time, like no
Yeah.
more, no less. Has to be like 28:50 or 28:51. Like, if you're doing a 30-minute slot, that has to meet that. So, and how many things that have to work to get to that point? Like the matches you have, like, you got to meet that time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to edit it and add commercials, and Bo calls them bumpers. So what you say, like introducing the match and at the end of the match, and I do the captioning, so I see him do the commentating and seeing that side of it and being able to nail the time for that. It is wild. And that's like commentating, man. Like, I mean, eventually I know how to do it, but that really was what sells the match.
Yeah.
Like, that's
yes.
True. True.
I mean,
True.
you're missing. I mean, if you're
This is
like
true.
live action, live in studio is the best. And but you need to watch the full product.
Agreed.
So we air it on Saturday nights at 9:30, and then we put it on YouTube. So you don't miss the meat and potatoes behind it.
Check it out. Y'all check it out. There's some good stuff on there. I've definitely been checking it out. Before we get into the Memphis stuff, which is where I was introduced to your work, you get trained by Dr. Tom. Your very first match is a rumble that you end up kind of winning, but the important advice that you got before that rumble was that there's a chance you could crap your pants. So just, don't do that.
Yes, I'm like nervous, so nervous. Like there is so many people in this rumble because it's not organized. It's just like I go in, go out. And these two guys who worked at Waffle House, they're a tag team. Combined weight of probably 800 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And they saw me in the corner and I'm like, and he's like, oh, don't worry. I mean, the first time I got in the ring, I shit myself. I'm like, what? What? That's a possibility? Nobody ever told me that. No, my first match, and I could have diarrhea.
There's a chance that happens?
Yeah, and I'm already nervous.
You're gonna
I
get
already
a
got the
gut
nervous
shot.
poops. I'm like, oh, this is, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what that disaster was with him. People were staring, like looking at him like, why did you tell her that? And why did you tell everybody that?
Bad mental vision. Bad mental picture.
No, and then of course years later my husband was like, that's gonna happen. I think it happens to everybody. I'm like, what? There was a clip like I don't know if it was what is the WWE behind the scenes show called? Something Raw or something.
Unreal.
They were interviewing Charlotte, and she's like, have you ever pooped yourself in the ring? She's like, no. And then we all know that's a lie.
So
it happens to everyone.
Is it breaking news? Have you done it yet? Has it happened yet to you?
Not yet.
No. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's part of my pre-match ritual. Is like I have to poop. If I don't poop, we're not having this match.
Gotta get all cleared out. I'll be good to go.
Right.
Yes, there's nothing.
Especially the way that you're working in the ring. I mean, you're working even early on in your career. You're working a lot of men, and you're just sitting there squatting these guys like a powerhouse all over the place. Like that's not a thing you need to be doing if you hadn't pre-match rituals.
Oh, yeah, that could be awful. Awful. Like I've heard stories where
Bird got
a wrestler
thing for
gave
poop,
a super
y'all.
kick.
Bird has a thing for poop. Bird got a thing for poop. He just got a thing for that. We've had like 10 poop stories on the podcast.
If you are actually in the business, it is a lot more poop than you realize. Like, that's what they don't tell you about. There is way more feces in this business
than you think.
Hey, Vince McMahon told Triple H, you got to eat a shit sandwich sometimes. Could have been literal.
Yeah.
Literal shit sandwich.
Literal. And it's and it doesn't phase people. Like that is not it's like whatever. It's just part of the business.
Yeah.
Nothing phases any of these like
Right.
gold guys. I'm like, good grief! I was like, that's just a Tuesday.
Listen, this is a story that was brought up with her on a whole other interview. Okay, I'm just relaying a different part of the
Yes.
the questioning. All right.
Yeah, it's part of the business. I mean, part of it.
And then now working in Memphis, that's like, again, that's where I first saw you. We had just went to I brought my father to a taping this last taping, and we got to talk in the hallway there before the show, and he was all ready to cheer for you. He was all hyped up. He's, oh man, she's awesome. I can't wait. She's gonna be slamming people all day. She's gonna throw somebody, and I'm gonna catch him. I'll catch him if she throws him. Like, he's all hyped up, and then in the tag match, Judy, you didn't have very much time before the ending of the match. And my father had to bring it to your attention at the end of the night that he didn't even get the chance to cheer for you, and he was very disappointed. So
I know. I thought I would pick these girls thinking, oh man, these look like some the third shift Waffle House crew. I'm like, y'all look like you could fight. No, I was sorely mistaken. They
did not work.
because immediately left. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like y'all, like I don't. Where did y'all even come from? You look like you just came out of the audience. Come on. Yeah, I was not impressed with their work in the ring, and like that was a mess. But my schedule is pretty packed from July to August, and I think you'll see me more in Memphis come September, November, December.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I love.
Good. I can't wait.
It's awesome.
Your dad get a chance to cheer. He'll get a chance to cheer for her a few more months.
Yes,
tell him
few
stay
more
tuned.
months.
Tell him follow her around. Because I know she winning in other promotions. She definitely winning.
Yeah. I am in EPW more often. It's like 2 hours from my house.
It's over in
Corinth, Mississippi, or
Boonville, right? Yeah,
Boonville.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
almost traveled over to a couple of shows there. I just hadn't made it yet. But you may see me over there at some point. We'll see. TB2 is traveling a little bit more here lately, so
yeah, I highly recommend that. It's an awesome building.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, really nice production.
I'm enjoying getting around, enjoying, talking to people, shaking hands, kissing babies. Not the other way around. You get lawsuits for kissing hands and shaking babies. Two different lawsuits. Don't get into those. All right, we're joined again by Judy Lee as we had some technical difficulties. A phone may or may not have exploded in her hand as she was recording. So everything's fine. The ambulances have showed up, checked her out. She's good to go. She's joined us again here to continue our conversation. Thank you so much, Judy Lee Taylor.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. No matter what, we got to get this done at all costs.
Before we were so violently interrupted by the explosion, I was gonna bring up your style of wrestling. You're more of a powerhouse. You're squatting these men all over the ring. But does your style of wrestling, do you keep in mind the idea of doing moves that you can do in your 20s that you can later also do in your 40s, or also moves that you do in the fifth minute that you can still do in the 18th minute of a match?
Yes, I adjust my training to that. So even when I'm tired, I'm still able to, lift heavy. So most of my training is to build strength. I am keep athletic, agile, quick and fast, but I try to build muscle that's useful. So yeah, even in the beginning of the match or the end of the match, I can still pick you up and slam you. I I don't really think about the matches that I could have, in your 20s versus your 50s. I try to adjust my style to my opponent. What can my opponent do? What makes sense? If they're bigger or smaller, I can do all the most of the acrobatic things. But if it don't make sense, or if I can't execute it with low risk, then I won't do it. But yeah, that's why. I mean, I think I would do lean towards the powerhouse just because there's not a lot of females that are as strong as me, and there's a handful, but a lot don't have my size and strength. So I'll tend to do that style just because you don't see that often. But I try to make it entertaining for every match you see me in. If you're a consistent Memphis fan, or if you're a SSW fan, I hope that every time you come see me, it's a different match. And I like to have fun in the ring, so I'm like, we'll see what I can do. Recently started doing a sling blade. So most people call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade. So you'll see that little fun move. And I like being creative. Yeah. So that's what my goal is not to have the same match twice. Of course, as I get older, I'm probably gonna change that, but I hope like when I go out there, like when was the last time?
Go ahead.
Like if I try to think of what my match was before, like if I'm at the same promotion, like just to make a point that you'll see something different every time you see me.
Right. Is there a certain match that you say somebody's never heard of Judy Lee Taylor? Is there one match you're like, hey, this was my best match. This is the one I'm most proud of. This is what you get, out of everything out of me. If you're going to Tony Khan saying, hey, this is what I give to the promotion, what match is that?
I think my most recent one was with Bobby Thunder. I mean, move wise, it wasn't that huge, but I guess just the match itself I thought was really good, and that's actually the one that WWE watched. Yeah, so they announced on Evolve that Memphis Wrestling is one of the promotions that they are watching, and that's I'm proof that it is a fact. They do watch Memphis Wrestling, so they'll release stuff. If you're a wrestler and watching this podcast and want to get seen and learn the psychology and working to cameras, Memphis Wrestling. If you're in the Southeast, make a point to start working there. Because it was sent directly to them, and so
they've made me feel like home over there. Welcome me as kind of one of the not one of the guys as far as the work or whatever, but they welcome me in with open arms and everything. I've even got possibly a big star over there at Memphis Wrestling that's supposed to be on TB2 very soon. So we may talk a little about that off camera.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Five stars.
That's awesome. Dustin Starr has done a lot for that promotion, so props to him. And just seeing the promoting side, I'm like, goodness, and having that many people, man. I mean, it's like herding cats, and to produce it, and even like OVW producing something that's filmed live. And I'm like, goodness, like eventually, that would be awesome to have a live broadcasted TV show. But right, everybody's got to be working on all four cylinders.
A lot of moving pieces.
Most definitely.
I'd like to get into a little bit of a different topic in your wrestling, and not even really your wrestling, in your personal. Um, you've made a comment that you've changed your life over the recent years. You were doing CrossFit. You heard a Lauren Daigle song, and I'm intrigued to know which one it is because my daughter, 4-year-old, she loves Lauren Daigle. But you listened to this Lauren Daigle song and had an emotional moment and decided to recommit yourself to the Lord. So I'd kind of like to know what song it was, if you remember, and kind of that whole journey that you went through.
It was a song. It's like like I'm trying stuff and like it just doesn't seem like it's working. Let me see. What is it called? I'm gonna pull it up somewhere. Like one of her top songs. I want to say it's The River, but I don't think it is. Let's see. Do.
While Judy Lee looks for that song, I want to say this is the boss, BO$$ TB2 podcast. We love the Lord over here at TB2 podcast. Don't get it twisted. We don't love the devil. We love the Lord. We are the Lord's podcast. We here for the Lord.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
All right, it's not pulling up, but it's one of her. It's top. All right, so most of my life, I tried all these things. Like everything I tried, I could do. Like I wouldn't start something unless I knew I could do it. Whether it was like learning a new language, traveling the world, trying a new sport. Like I've done CrossFit, Ninja Warrior, obstacle course racing, and even like wrestling. Like, oh, I can do that. And that moment, like before wrestling, I was trying to be a CrossFit athlete, so make it to the games. And I was training 20, 30 hours a week, just doing everything. And it was just like, I could not make these times, could not get this movement. And when that song came on, I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? Like, there's not going to be a reason why I can't get this. Like, because I was just leaning on my own abilities. And then it hit me. I was like, I just need to give it all to God because He's the one that will guide me to what I need to do. And He'll give me the strength to overcome mountains. And I knew at that moment that's what I needed to do. But I didn't really understand that until I started wrestling. Like after I trained and started to learn how to work. And I realized that I have never challenged myself. Like I've done amazing things, but that was just my ability alone. Like the work I do now is insane. Like the amount of hours I'm awake and the travel and the pressure I could not do alone. Like it's all Jesus. Like and He's really put me in the situations to lean on Him because none of this would be possible. Like the amount of experience I have is so little, and the opportunities that I'm getting, and the insane pressure that I'm under. Like that match in Memphis when I was told, okay, this is going to be sent to WWE. So, and that wasn't supposed to be told that before my match. I'm like, what? And I'm like, like afterwards, they were like, "Why did he tell her that? That's not what she wouldn't. Like, we did not want him to do that." But I one of my favorite songs to listen to is called "Bonfire." It's an excellent song, and it's just that God you have the Holy Spirit in you, and that's the same Spirit that rose him from the dead, and you can do anything. It's just that fire. And that's what I listened to that song before I did that match, and just like a calmness, like and then in the ring everything just clicked. Like it made sense. And that's when Bo was like, that's when the light bulb comes on. And since that moment, it's just, okay, this is it. Like, I understand the pressure, but I just, just give it all to God. And that's where, a lot of people's anxiety comes from, is thinking they have the control and they think they want to, like, a lot of my issues is I want to take control. And it's about, releasing that, like being the servant, being the child of God, and knowing that you are not in control, but he's taking care of it. Like, you're going to make it no matter, you put in the effort, but he's going to make it happen. Like, it's not going to
Yeah.
be by your own abilities. And you just seen my career. It's just all him. And that's what's wild. And that's like why that's why I'm doing this. Like, it's just to show, if you dedicate your life to him, you can do anything. Like, I am an older athlete. I did not watch wrestling at all growing up. And look, look what I'm doing. This is insane. And
Yep.
absolutely insane. And like, being able to do extra work, being in the locker rooms of these people, and it's realizing like this is what I was meant to do for my life. And that's what I'm trying to do, transition from, doing my normal 9 to 5 and making this as a career, and hopefully be a business that me and my husband can give to our nieces and nephews. Like, if this is a legacy, and that's the whole point, is to teach people what wrestling should be. Like, it's not a hobby; it's a lifestyle.
Way of life. Yep.
It's about building, yeah, the lifestyles, and also about building communities, about giving back. And it's a lot of these promotions out here are just out here to pop the boys, pop themselves, just pop the audience, but not about
Yep.
building, giving back. And like, when our first,
So you wouldn't believe it. After the phone explosion, her laptop just imploded in the middle of. So she had to get her backup laptop. But we're back again. We're back.
we're back. I feel like, this is a act of terrorism, trying to sabotage this
So
podcast.
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. I'm beginning to wonder. I'm beginning to question some things, because talking about doing anything that you can want to do, and where, God can help you get through anything and push you through anything that you want to get through. You not only are a wrestler, but you work with NASA on the Artemis project as a NASA engineer. Like, how did those two worlds even combine? Who does that? Who gets body slammed on Sunday and works on space projects on Monday?
Yeah, that is wild. It was another, like, I just decided to do it. Like, oh, I think I could do this. So I did it. And I was like, oh. And being in Huntsville, everybody is an engineer. So I started interning at Boeing, and that was the very start of the Artemis program. So it was we were just working on paper design and coming up with the concept of it. And I've been on it ever since I graduated college. And literally in the last year in December, I was inside the rocket building and repairing stuff for the flight termination system. And then it launched next year. So it was just like that first 8 minutes, I was like, oh gosh. Because I was working on like the stuff that if there's a catastrophe on the pad, it detonates the rocket. So I was like, okay, let's make sure everything works. Because I do the cable design for inside the core stage.
That's ridiculous.
So
that's crazy. You do realize that's not the normal mentality of somebody that's just like, oh, that'd be cool to be a NASA engineer. I'm gonna try and do that and just do it. Like, that's not a normal mentality, right? You do realize this, right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, you just don't if you get the opportunity, you just don't do it. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm because discovering it's like, oh man, I know I say yes to a lot of things, which I probably shouldn't, but that's my problem. Is like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. That's like, okay, I can't say yes to everything just because it's cool. Maybe I could do it. Just me have to do it. But yeah, it is cool that just growing up I was given that confidence that I could do anything. So if the opportunity arises, I said, sure, why not? If saying like if it's if I'm under pressure and there's a deadline, I feel like I operate a lot better. Just everything, just it's not like tunnel vision. Like, okay, this is it. Because I'm a bad habit. I have a bad habit of just like delaying things, unless there's a set deadline. Yeah. So I mean, that's how diamonds are made under pressure. Also, like great cooking is made under pressure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's how I operate. That's how my husband operates. Like it's down to the wire chaos, and that's where we have our best work is under pressure. And that's another reason why I think well, I know that wrestling is for me because that's. I mean, even in I've done extra work for WWE, and everything is we need it now. Um, if you ever listen to Michael Hayes on a podcast, like if the boss man tells you, "Hey, I need this done," well, you make it happen no matter what, and you can not like don't give me reasons why it can't. Give me reasons why it
Yep.
can, and you have to deliver and make it happen, whatever it takes.
Yeah. So with that being said, with you working on, a multi-million dollar government project, for the United States, something made me a little nervous on a previous, podcast interview that you had, where somebody had asked you about your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. And you had responded with the question, is that 4 or 5? Which, Mount Rushmore being a national monument of the United States, you would know that there was 4. So now I'm nervous, okay? Now Burr's a little nervous about who we got working at the space program. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set the record straight today. I'm going to give you a 6-question American test. We'll make sure there's no acts of terrorism going on here on the TB2 podcast, okay?
Oh gosh, history is not my strong suit. I'm more of a math artsy. So
Here we go. You ready? Question 1. Where in the United States is the arch located?
The arch. The arch. I don't know. Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I
was trying to give you a toss up on that one. It didn't work. It didn't work. Okay. Here, we'll try again. We'll try again. The number of states in the United States. 50. Perfect. There you go. You're 1-1 right now. There you go. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Is this like are you smarter than a 5th grader? I feel like
pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah. I'll explain most of it after this. Don't you worry. Who is our current president of the United States?
Oh, wait. You cut out.
Current president of the United States. Donald Trump. You're 2-1, man. You are now. We're getting okay. Feeling a little better. Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'm up to date on the current politics.
Next question, number 4. Who is the 22nd U.S. president?
Oh gosh, 22nd. 22nd.
Cook me with that one. Who the fuck? Who knows?
Who? I don't know.
Grover
FDR.
Cleveland. Actually, it was Grover Cleveland. That's okay. 2-2. We're still even. We got a couple left. You're doing great. You're doing wonderful.
Doing great. I haven't started crying. You know who's great at this? Would be my husband.
I'll have him on too. We'll get him on the pod. We'll have an American test with him too. Number 5. The Declaration of Independence was written in 1776. When was the Constitution
Correct.
written?
The Constitution, 77?
1787, actually.
80.
So
I didn't know that one.
two for three.
I
We're
didn't know that.
not looking good here towards the end.
Good.
All right,
I
last,
didn't know that
There's
one.
gonna be a test at
last
the
question.
end.
This is for all the marbles. Let's see if you can get this one. Are you ready?
Oh,
All right, here we go.
God.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Oh gosh. Let's see. 9.8 meters per second. I don't know.
Actually, it's a trick
0,
question.
right?
This isn't really an American question. It's either an African or a European swallow. An African you can't figure out because they don't have enough data, but the European is 11 meters per second. So you were close. You were close.
Oh, dang.
But
There
I'm
we
not going
go.
to count that one against you as a trick question, not American. You are still 2 and 3, which is not great. You might be a terrorist. So I'm going to have to.
She a French major, man. She a French major. She's a French major. Who knows, man?
Right.
Ask her
And
some
I've
shit
lived all
about
over the world.
Napoleon. Ask her some shit about Marie Antoinette and all that.
Yes.
The Louvre. Ask her about the Louvre or something. Man.
Yeah, how many wives Henry VIII
Nope,
had? Yeah.
nope.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
she'll tell you some shit about
this is
them
on the
over there,
American
man.
citizenship test, just for the record.
I bet.
Except for the last one.
I bet.
The last one,
yeah.
number 6, was me. But the first 5, yep, citizenship test.
Yes, which speaking of, like that is a hard
Yes.
test. My aunt, she's from Poland, and yeah, she knows her stuff, and that was a hard test, and it's a hard process. So anybody who has come over here and has become a citizen, I mean, that don't get more American than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shout out to my dad. Shout out to Money. I love you. Shout out to my dad. Guyana. Shout out to my dad. Green card holder. Citizen.
Before we close out, there's a couple other random things I've heard you say on podcasts or interviews. You had a $5 hustle that you would do where you would eat random foods, like let me see if I get this combination correct: anchovies, sardines, seaweeds, crawdads. I feel like there was something else in there.
Pudding.
Wow.
Oh.
Right after a match too, in the middle of the summer in East Tennessee.
Of
Like,
champions.
yes.
Of champions. I'm
Yes.
telling you, if you're up for eating random things like that, if you're just like, yeah, I'll try it. If you get the chance to work over in Japan, that is food. I've eaten blowfish, eel, natto beans, which is fermented soybeans, horse meat. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I got a lot of stuff to try over there, so I highly recommend when you go over there to work, because it's gonna happen.
Yes. When.
Also, you dropped a my friend Tony Schiavone. How can somebody just drop that line out of no? Do you guys just do bingo on the weekends? Like, how are you friends with Tony Schiavone?
I became friends with him before he got back into AEW. Like, we would hang out all together. He's given me tickets to Atlanta Braves games. I've gone to just events with him and his family. Like, Lois is awesome, and all his dogs are awesome. Like, yeah, I'm happy to call him as a friend. It's cool that Conrad has taken these people that have lost their love of wrestling and brought them back, and it's cool seeing their journey. Like, same with Bruce Prichard, like hanging out with him before he got back into it, and it's cool what, like, just the podcasting. Yeah, it's got him back into the love of it, got him back into the business and working again. So, yeah, they're
we
cool.
may need to share some contact information. 3% left. Okay,
he's a friend of mine too. Tony.
It's gonna cut you off then.
Tony's a friend of mine as well. You know, I just want to give you a shout out, Tony. You know my number. Just call me a bird when
Tell you
you
what,
on the show.
she's already lost a phone, a laptop. This is the third laptop that's exploded. We're gonna go ahead and cut this one right here. We're gonna get Judy back on again someday here soon. Ask her about how SSW is doing. We'll go ahead and ask her about her title reign that she's got, updates on traveling to Japan, and then we'll get those TB2 from her. We'll ask her, what she has for advice and pet peeves of wrestling.
I think she's giving us. I think she give a lot of advice in this podcast, man. It's been very insightful. The first female guest on the TB2 podcast. I suggest you guys look up Judy Lee Taylor on Judy Lee Taylor Wrestling on Facebook and on YouTube, and just dive in, man. Very, very, very professional in the game.
Yeah.
And I think she gave us a lot of good advice, a lot of good gems, man. Every episode, every interview gets better and better, more
Yes.
insightful. We've had some good guests on there, man. I'm excited about the next interview that's about to drop. I'm excited about what we got in the can that we ain't released yet, man. But these men and women, they're dedicated to this shit, man. And I mean, it's just cool just to talk to them. And,
yeah, Judy, she's on her way up.
She's dope.
Definitely on her way up. So it's good to make that connection. I'm glad that she was here. First female, nobody can take that away from her. First female on TB2. So yeah, we'll have her on again for sure. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and call her a day. We got another interview tomorrow that we are shooting, so y'all stay tuned. I am the Burr, B-U-R-R-R. Spell it right. This is the boss, B-O $, and we out.
We out. Happy 4th of July, niggas.
Taylor works as an engineer for Boeing, helping support the Artemis mission set to send a crew around the moon. But off the clock, she becomes Judy Lee Taylor, the wrestler, training, competing, and building a name in professional wrestling.
New scripts needed, just passion and mic money. Two wrestling nerds with the loudest takes. If the map gets shaking over, title gets lost.